Hello friends, today we are studying the common base configuration and their input and output characteristics with their common base connection. The common base connection or a configuration in which the base of the transistor is common between emitter and collector. That circuit is called a common base configuration. The common base configuration arrangement for NPN and PNP transistor is here. Here the input signal is connected between the emitter base while the output is taken across collector and base. Here the difference is that in PNP and NPN the voltage across base emitter junction is changed comparative to the here, so that the signals are is toward the base or away from the or toward the emitter side. So from this figure, or the for simple common or base is common at the two input and output, that is the base at the first junction, that is the emitter base junction, and the output is taken across the base collector junction. So we can study the current amplification factor of the circuit. The ratio of output current to input current is known as the current amplification factor. In the common base configuration, the collector current here, the collector current is known as current amplification factor. In the common base configuration, the collector current IC is the output current and the emitter current is called the input current. Thus the ratio of change of emitter current to the collector current at a constant collector base voltage is known as current amplification factor of the transistor in common base configuration, and it is represented by alpha. So we can take the ratio, that is the change in current, collector current, divided by change in emitter current. So alpha is equal to delta IC by delta IE. So delta IC is the change in collector current, whereas the delta IE is the change in emitter current. Where delta IC is the change in collector current and delta I is the change in emitter current, but by keeping constant voltage across collector base junction. Now what is the emitter current? Emitter current is the sum of collector current and base current. So that is I is equal to IC plus IB. Now if there is change in emitter current and change in collector current, what about the IB? So here we are taking the change across the emitter current, collector current and base current. So that's why we write the delta IE is equal to delta IC plus delta IB. Now divide the change in current throughout the equation. So that is the delta I by delta I is equal to delta IC by delta I plus delta IB by delta IE. So we get 1 is equal to, so here the term delta IC by delta IE is nothing but alpha. So I am substituting the value of this is alpha and remaining is the same, that is the delta IB upon delta IE. Now we are going to calculate the current amplification factor, that is the alpha. So alpha is equal to change in collector current, base current, or divided by change in emitter current with negative sign. So this is the value of current amplification factor, and the value of amplification factor is less than unity. The value of amplification factor reaches to unity when the base current reduces to 0. The base current becomes 0 only when it is a thin and lightly doped. In commercial transistor, the practical value of the amplification factor varies from 0.95 to 0.99. So this is the current amplification factor. Now what about the collector current? The base current is because of the recombination of electrons and holes in the base region. As we know that the function of the transistor, that is the emitter is the source of electrons, source of charges, and collector is the collecting the charges. But base is lightly doped so that the electrons and holes are recombined in the base region, that produces the base current. The whole emitter current will not flow through the current. The whole emitter current will not flow through the current. The collector current increases slightly because of the leakage of current flows due to minority charge carriers. So the total collector current consists of, that is the, or it consists the large percentage of emitter current that reaches the collector current, that is the alpha IE. The leakage current, the current I is the leakage current. Now the minority charge emitter is because of the flow of minority charge carrier across the collector base junction, and as the collector junction is heavily doped, or that junction is connected to the reverse, so the collector base junction is heavily reversed. Its value is much smaller than alpha IE. So the total collector current IC is equal to alpha IE plus the current across the common base or collector base junction, that is the ICBO. Here we are taking, suppose IE is equal to 0. What happens? The emitter circuit is open. We are not connected to the any junction, so emitter is break. Then what happened? Then still a small current flow in the collector current. अगर समझो हम एमिटर कनेक्ट ही नहीं करते किसी सप्लाई को, या कलेक्टर बेस जंक्शन को, या बेस जंक्शन इसके इनपुट जंक्शन को, तो हियर इन द बेस जंक्शन इज द बेस इज द कॉमन टू द एमिटर करंट एंड आउटपुट करंट, एंड एट द इनपुट साइड वी आर नॉट कनेक्टिंग एनी सप्लाई. Circuit is open, simple language, circuit is open. Then what happens? A small leakage current flow, that is called as the leakage current. This leakage current is represented by, अब ये कहाँ से किधर जा रहा है? ICB, the collector base junction की तरफ से. But कब? When emitter is open, so we can write ICBO, the current at the collector base. That's why we are saying the collector base current with emitter circuit is ओपन. ये हो गया आपका कलेक्टर करंट. तो कलेक्टर करंट क्या आएगा? IC इज इक्वल टू अल्फा आई प्लस ICBO. So this leakage current is also abbreviated by ICBO, or we can simple say the collector current with emitter circuit open. So this is the collector current and base current of the transistor. Then if we are taking a circuit diagram of common base characteristics to study the common base characteristics, just simple, here the circuit, here the base is common to the input side, and again the base is common to the output side. So the current start to flow, that gives the base current, while recombination at the base, recombination of the electrons and holes at the base side So it is because the base is lightly doped, so the few current flow from this side. So the voltage across this side is VEB. This side means emitter and base junction. There is a voltage, that is the VEB. At the collector and base junction, we are applying the voltage, that is the VCB, and the collector current and emitter current measured by the this device, that is the in milliampere. But the base side is few currents, that is the microampere. Here the potential divider circuit is there, so set up the biasing at the both side of the input and output side. So we can study the characteristics of common base configuration. The emitter to base voltage VEB, which here can be varied by adjusting the potentiometer R1. If you are varying this, so voltage will be varied. A series resistor, that is the RS, here inserted in the emitter circuit to limit the emitter current, that is the I. The value of emitter change to a large value, even the value of potentiometer slightly change. The value of collector voltage changes slightly by changing the value of potentiometer R2. So by varying this, we can vary the collector curve. The input and output characteristics curve of potentiometer will be studied like this. Here the curve plotted between the change in voltage across emitter base junction, and we are getting the collector current by keeping constant the voltage across collector base junction. And we draw the curve or we plot the graph, that is between emitter current and emitter base voltage. So on y axis we are taking the emitter current, whereas on y axis we are taking the change in voltage across base emitter junction. So VCB is called as the input characteristics curve. Means the IE and emitter base voltage at constant VCB is called input characteristics, and this line shows the input characteristics with the two changes. Now what is the input resistance of the circuitry? That input resistance circuit can be calculated by Ri. So in this graph we can calculate the potential values so the input resistance, the ratio of change in emitter base voltage to the resulting change in emitter current at constant collector base voltage VCB, and that is known as input resistance. So we can design the equation Ri is equal to change in voltage across emitter base junction that changes the emitter current. So we take the ratio of voltage across, change in voltage across EB and change in current at IE. So the value of collector base voltage VCB increases with increase in the collector base current. The value of input resistance is very low, and the value may vary from few ohms like 10 ohms, few ohms to 10 ohms. So here, if we are changing the small voltage across the emitter base junction, we get initially the value is VCB is 0 by keeping constant, and we are increasing the VEB from 0.5, 0.10 likewise. So we get sudden changes. So this red line representing the VCB is equal to 0 volt, we get the output input characteristics of the common base configuration. So here a sudden change is there, and if we are taking increasing the VCB 0 to minus 10 volt, so what happens? The value changes abruptly and we get the value, the emitter current maximum. Now we can study the output characteristics of common base configuration. Here is the common base curve, that is the output characteristics between collector current and collector base voltage at constant emitter current IE, and that is called as the output characteristics. In CP common base configuration of PNP transistor, we get the such output characteristics. Here on the x-axis we are taking the VCB, on y-axis we are taking the IC. Below the zero current, that is the emitter current, the transistor operates in the cutoff. As we are increasing the 0.5 current at the emitter side, a small change or increase, there is an increase, and then the IC remains constant like this. But if we are increasing the more current, that is the 0.5 milliampere at the emitter side, what happens? The transistor operates in the saturation region initially and then goes to active region like this one. So this region is the saturation region. Initially it goes to saturation region and then it goes to for 1 milliampere, but 0.5 milliampere it is in the initially rise and then constant. But after that, as we are increasing the emitter current, the cutoff region is increased and the VCB with reverse signal, reverse potential, we get initially increase and after that it remains constant. So some following points are to be considered, that is the active region of the collector base junction. ये क्यों होता है? ये कलेक्टर रीजन जो भी कलेक्टर बेस जंक्शन है, अगर वो रिवर्स बायस में जाता है तभी वो एक्टिव रीजन में काम करता है. द कलेक्टर करंट IC इज ऑलमोस्ट इक्वल टू द एमिटर करंट. ये देखिए आपका ये और ये ऑलमोस्ट सेम आएगा, मतलब ये 2.5 है तो ये भी ऑलमोस्ट 2.5, ये 2.0 है तो ये भी 2.0 है, ये 1.5 है तो ये 1.5, ये 1 है तो ये भी 1 होगा और ये 0.5 है तो ये भी 0.5 होता है. द कर्व ऑफ द एक्टिव रीजन्स इज ऑलमोस्ट फ्लैट, यहाँ से पूरा फ्लैट है. द लार्ज चेंजेस इन VCB, ये क्यों होता है, कब होता है? द वोल्टेज अक्रॉस चेंज का लार्ज जब आपको मिलता है, ये 1 मिली एम्पियर 1.5 मिली एम्पियर, ये बाय कीपिंग कांस्टेंट है और आपको कलेक्टर करंट ये मिल रहा है, तो आपका वैल्यू जो है VCB की ये ज़्यादा है ना, ये -6 -7, तो ये ज़्यादा प्रोड्यूस होने के लिए मुझे क्या चाहिए? अ स्मॉल चेंज इन कलेक्टर करंट, दैट इज द IC. सो द लार्ज चेंजेस इन VCB produce only a tiny change in IC. The circuit has a very high output resistance R0. When the VCB is positive, यहाँ पे अगर पॉजिटिव आता है तो कलेक्टर बेस जंक्शन क्या होगा? यहाँ पे द कलेक्टर बेस जंक्शन इज इन फॉरवर्ड बायस and the collector current decreases suddenly. This is the saturation state in which the collector current does not depend on the emitter current. When the emitter current is 0, the collector current is not 0. The current which flows through the circuit is the reverse leakage current, that is the ICBO, means the current कहाँ का, कलेक्टर बेस का, ओपन है एमिटर सर्किट. The current is temperature depends and its value range from 0.1 to 10 microampere for silicon transistor and 2 to 5 microampere for germanium transistor. So we can calculate the output resistance of the common base configuration. How we can calculate the output resistance? The ratio of change in collector base voltage to the change in collector current at constant emitter, i.e. known as the output resistance. So we get the equation R0 is equal to change in voltage across the collector base junction divided by change in collector current. So this is the output characteristics of change in collector current is very little with the change in VCB, with the change in collector base voltage. The output resistance is very high, of the order of several kilometers. So this is the input characteristics and output characteristics of the common base transistor. Now we can summarize what are the characteristics of common base configuration. In common base configuration, input resistance is very low, that is 20 ohms. The output resistance is very high, that is the 1 mega ohm. The input current is IE, the output current is collector current, that is the IC. The input voltage applied between emitter and base, whereas the output voltage taken between collector and base. The current amplification factor of the transistor is alpha is equal to change in collector current by change in emitter current. The current gain of the amplifier transistor, that is the less than unity. The voltage gain of the transistor is medium, and most important thing, that is the application. The common base configuration is used for the circuit of multi-stage amplifier as an input. So these are the characteristics of common base configuration. The CB configuration is used where the low input impedance is required. Moving coil microphones, preamplifiers, UH amplifiers, VH amplifiers and RF amplifiers. CB is, or the CB common base configuration is used as a buffer gain. So this is the common base configuration and their characteristics. So thank you very much for watching this video.